So let's have a look at the hyperbola. So eccentricity greater than 1. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole derivation like I did with the ellipse yesterday to show where the equations come from. It's basically exactly the same, other than instead of e squared minus 1 is 1 minus e squared. But there's our equation. X squared on a squared minus y squared on b squared is equal to 1. So b squared is a squared, and instead of 1 minus e squared, it's e squared minus 1. Now, how do you know which one's which? It's all to do with the size of the eccentricity. A hyperbola, the eccentricity is greater than 1. So you need it to be e squared minus 1, so you end up with a positive number. With the ellipse, the eccentricity was less than 1, so we had 1 minus e squared, so we end up with a positive number. Easier way, I think, of remembering it is like that. Eccentricity squared is a squared plus b squared on a squared. You remember yesterday for the ellipse it was a squared minus b squared on a squared. Foci is still exactly the same. So it's still AE naught. That doesn't change. Directrices are still a divided by e. That doesn't change. What changes is because the eccentricity is now greater than 1, instead of the directrices being on the outside of the focus, you'll notice they now come on the inside of the focus. A hyperbola, of course, has asymptotes as well. And the equation of the asymptote is b on a, or plus or minus b on a x. That is when the foci is on the x-axis. What happens with the foci on the y-axis? So it has nothing to do with the size of a squared and b squared. Okay, recall with the ellipse that if b squared is bigger, then the foci was on the y-axis. Here it's to do with the sign. It's whichever one is positive. So if y squared on b squared has a positive coefficient, then it's the y-axis the foci is on. And then it'll be a squared equals b squared, e squared minus 1. So again, the a's and the b's swap around. The foci, just like we saw yesterday with the ellipse, becomes plus or minus be. Directrices become plus or minus b divided by e. Interestingly, the asymptotes don't change. It's still b over a. Still b over a. Well, let's do a quick example then. Here's our hyperbola, x squared over 9 minus y squared over 16. Where are the foci? Which axis? Yes, I deliberately put one there where the y squared was bigger to see if I'd throw anyone off. But no, it's all to do with the sign. So the x squared is positive. So yeah, it's our x-axis. So a squared's 9, a is 3. So to work out my eccentricity, a squared plus b squared on a squared, I end up with 5 on 3 for eccentricity. So foci, a times e, which is 5. Directrices a divided by e, so 9 on 5. And asymptotes will be b divided by a, so 4/3 x. Didn't actually ask me to draw this one up, did it? No, so I was just finding the info. So there we go. Okay.